And welcome back to SA Sports Show. I've got some very, very special guests because this is probably my next step. Welcome to Colin and also Rick from the AFL Masters Football. Probably is my next step.
My word, it's
a natural progression for you, Greg.
Yeah. Now we're talking already in Adelaide. I think you were saying before 14 teams.
Yes,
are part of the AFL Masters.
Yeah, AFL Masters in South Australia has been going since '82.
Okay.
And back then it was set up with 4 sides: north, south, east, and west. And since then it's grown to we've got 14, but we have had 16 sides at one stage. But unfortunately they've had to fold because of more, not so much players, but it's more the fact that someone to run it.
Yep.
But we really want to promote AFL Masters. It's not seen as what it really is. It's football after competitive football.
Exactly. And you need the camaraderie. I mean, you all of a sudden you step out of your football world. It's 31, 32, and then
that's right.
Your work and family, which is all wonderful, but you still miss that camaraderie, and I suppose it means a lot to all your players.
That's a key point, Greg. I think that we do finish our football careers and at the age of 29 to 30, as you said. And people forget that there is still opportunity in football to play competitive football beyond. You've got to take time off in life to address work, career, family, those sort of priorities, and people should do that. But a lot of people forget that there is still that opportunity to play that competitive spirit and have that fun.
Because I reckon I had about 6 years in a row of Wayne Wiedemann calling me up saying, Ando, come out, play Masters, and I was always really tempted, and then I took your side. I mean, you're president of the Woodville South Footy Club for training the other week, and I sort of was driving home, was kicking myself because I thought, this is a lot of fun. They're very competitive. They train solid, really hard, and work really hard, and they were talking about what they needed to improve on and what they needed to do to go into this week's game against whoever it might have been, and it was it was like being back at like 20 years ago, back at the Crows. It was fantastic.
That's right. Well, Greg, it is footy for fun, but there is that competitive spirit still. People want to win. People want to do well. They want to perform.
A little bit of white line fever, still a bit there.
Definitely white line fever. It's we've got a few players who have played some pretty high competitive football as well, and those guys are just the same. They, you can see it just something clicks as soon as they cross that line, and they're back in that zone.
Well, I could roll off probably 12 players that I played footy with that are playing in the Masters, and I know they'd be very, very competitive. Even though we are probably getting a little bit older, and yes, I probably could have done this 15 years ago, and I still would have been eligible for the Masters. But anyway. What about training? You pretty much once a week at the different clubs, and commitment on
most clubs have just once a week training. The beauty of the Masters is we only play every fortnight, so you've got a fortnight to get over the sore spots.
Gee, that's good. I like that idea.
That's right. So, and our game is competitive, but we've taken out the nasty stuff. Make someone earn a kick. And all that, no knees up and running for marks or up in the ruck and
so I can't fly over Rick's back, go to the big hanger.
No, afraid not.
Right on his back.
No.
Just a training.
Oh, just a training.
Yeah.
All right.
You can do a training, but we try and discourage that in the game because we want people to have fun and be able to walk off the ground and shake hands and have a beer after and come back next week or next fortnight. Yeah.
He's over 35 plus. But in your carnivals, in the national carnival, which I think South Australia's been a part of for 20 odd years now, that's broken up into 5-year lots. Is that right?
That's correct. South Australia's this will be our 36th carnival.
Right, wow, okay.
National carnival away. The 35s used to be 35 to 40. They've made that 35 to 44 because people are having families when they're older. They're playing footy in C and D grades. And so we don't get those numbers. So we've had to expand that range. But after that, you're talking 45 to 49, 50 to 54, 55 to 60, and 60 is the opener.
Yep.
Now, last year was our first South Australian 60s plus side.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we took a side away there. We had one guy that played at 75. We got 3 or 4 that are 70.
Yep.
And it's just so much fun.
And I think this year you're saying the national carnivals in Coffs Harbour, there'll be no fun, there'll be no beers and no war stories.
Not much, no. We've
no good weather.
We've looked at our accommodation. We walk across the road to the hotel and across the sandbank and we're on the beach.
Yeah.
So recoveries on the sandbank, so it's perfect. So and every year it goes somewhere different, which is fantastic and gets you around Australia. take the family away for a holiday, and it's all good fun.
I mean, you're on the board, the women's masters as well. I mean, that would have to be growing and with strength.
Well, last year was the first inaugural South Australian took a side away, and we had the comp in the carnival, and they performed really well. We took 23 ladies away, and they were all over 38 years of age, and had a ball. Great. Won their first 2 games and got beaten in the last game, which was against the young ones. But you expect that. But it was a really good effort by the ladies, and the aim is that we want to end up with a Masters comp for the ladies.
Yep.
And it'll take a bit of time. We don't want to drag it away from the local competition, but it's over time it'll eventuate where we'll have a Masters comp for the ladies. And they're all keen as mustard. They're so keen, it's unbelievable. So, which is good.
Woodville South, I mean, I went out training the other night. I reckon we had 40 out there, which was absolutely fantastic. It's been a strong Masters club for a long time, and you've just seen the growth year in, year out.
We do, Greg, and it's a bit of a men's shed, really. I mean, we have a really good club culture, which we're pretty proud of. Yeah. We've had guys who haven't played footy before. We've had, as I said before, we've had soccer players who have come out and started playing, and they've taken it like duck to water. So it's been really good for guys to get involved in that team atmosphere again. And
we went and had a schnitzel afterwards,
exactly.
and a couple of beers.
That's
it was
right.
with the whole team,
Yeah.
and because I had to go at that guy because I didn't think I trained you out that hard, but that bloke just went off the halfway through in training. So I yelled at him to get back in line, but he kept on going. Apparently, he said I didn't have his hearing aid in.
That's right, exactly. There could be any number of guys.
A good age group. Yeah.
Exactly, that's right. And it's almost all about that after the game as well, after the training, to get together, to eat together, to have a couple of drinks, but to just to the camaraderie, I guess, the mateship that it forms is.
And the AFL's given you great support.
Yes, that hence the name change, the AFL Masters. It started off as Super Rules. Then I think it was about 5 or 6 years later it became Masters Football. And in 2009 it became AFL Masters, and that's where the AFL got involved and starting to give us a lot more support and exposure as well.
How do you find out about it? If someone's sitting in their lounge right now saying, this sounds great, love my footy, love playing it, want to get back into it, how do they get involved?
There's a website called AFL Masters SA. .com.au. On there you can find all about the association, but also there's all the 14 sides.
Plus
country.
We've got
a Riverland side, so there's guys come down to Riverland every second week and play. We've got a group in the Hills which are based in or play at Lobethal. I shouldn't say they're based, but they come from Kersbrook and all around. And we've got the Great Southern League down there as well, and Maiponga, Strathalbyn guys.
We're supposed Broken Hill as well, I think.
And Broken Hill,
mentioning as well.
So that's a big network, isn't it?
Is.
Big network. So the AFL need to look after it, which is wonderful.
Yes. And there's no excuse. If someone wants to have a game somewhere, they could ring any of these clubs up and go, and they're most welcome to play. And we'd welcome with open arms, because you can never have too many players. We're not restricted on how many you can have on the bench.
I'm playing, Eric. I'm coming out. I'm coming out next Wednesday. I'm playing. I want to get this cough. Well, I better make the Coffs Harbour team. Probably not how I trained the other night. I was no good. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. And you're doing a wonderful job for Aussie Rules, and giving people who think that their time's finished. It's not finished. Enjoy playing AFL Masters football. So thanks very much. We'll be back after the break.